So what you see before you is me with the before eyebrow, or the before eyebrow, excuse me, and the after eyebrow. As you can tell, I really don't have a lot to work with. I'm letting my eyebrows grow in after many years of over plucking. There's a lot of fuzz up there and I'm anxious to get a tweezer, but I need to let it go. But either way, it doesn't matter because I can still create the brow of my dreams. And right now I'm looking at a thicker brow, something my sister and my mom have been hounding me forever to do. I've always been a fan of a thinner brow, but I'm going to go with the trend. I'm not one to follow trends necessarily, but I will go with a nice thick brow because it really is, becoming on a woman's face. So and you know what actually was interesting is when I learned this technique that I'm going to be teaching you, I learned this about 2 years ago, I suddenly had a lot of straight men come up to me and tell me how much they love my eyebrows. Now, whether they were pulling my leg or not, or trying to get my phone number or something, I don't know, but I kind of believe them because I'm in love with this technique. I don't dislike what I did before. I used pencils for many years, but this right here is the pièce de résistance. Very much in love. So anyway, the things that we need for today's lesson are just a few items. I use 2 angled brushes, one with very short bristles that are very rigid, and then also I use this angled brush right here, and this is what I'm going to use to highlight the brow, and the previous one is to lay down the color. The next thing I'm going to use is a gel eyeliner. It's not meant for the eyebrow, it's from MAC, and it's called MAC Cosmetics Dip Down Fluid line. This is a dark brown. It comes in black, but I wouldn't necessarily use black if I were you. Brown is actually a really becoming color. This goes on silky smooth. In fact, to make sure that you do get a really smooth application, you want to make sure that your eyebrows are moisturized, or the skin below it, because you don't want that tugging to be happening when you apply the color. So the first thing we're going to do, and the second item actually that we are going to be using is going to be from Tarte Cosmetics, one of my favorite brands, and this is a BB tinted under eye corrector or concealer. This is what it looks like, but check this out. There's virtually no product in this. I've used this thing since the day I received it last year, every single day for the most part, and I'm in love. So if there are any Tarte people out there checking to send more products out, I'm the girl. In any case, let's get started. So as you can tell, I've already done the left brow for you, and I'm going to do the right one because I don't want you to sit here far longer than you need to. Just want you to duplicate what you see here. So let's go ahead. We're going to dip the shorter angled brush into the gel liner, and I have a paper towel down here, so I'm going to wipe off any excess color so I don't have a glob of color sitting on the brow. Pull up my mirror here and we're going to get started. We're going to use short deliberate strokes, and luckily for me I already have a shape to work with, so we're just going to go ahead and put the color through the hair in the direction of the hair growth. And first thing you want to do actually also is to make sure that the brow actually starts where the inner corner of your eye starts. So right here. If you go any further in which I've done in the past, being overzealous and trying to do my eyebrows, I've actually looked like I've had a unibrow. So don't be too excited to put the color on. Just start where you need to start and end where you need to end. I also have an arch that sits way up here. It starts way too early. Your arch should really fall to the right. Your iris is right here. It should fall to the right. See, on my left eye right here, my iris is right here, but my arch is over here. So I've built a thicker brow to accommodate where I want that arch to be. So let me continue to add the color. And the wonderful thing about this gel eyeliner is that, it's buildable. You can go as heavy as you want or as light as you want. What I think is really cool is that the products that I'm using aren't marketed. I'm not using them in the way that they're marketed. Gel eyeliner on your eyebrow? Come on now. But it works really well. I like it also because I have oily skin. And typically, my eyebrows tend to come off, with the oil that's on my skin. But this right here, the color stays on for hours and hours, it seems. So I'm going to add some more color under here and wipe off some of the excess. Go a little thicker. And the end of your brow should really end the corner of the outside of your eye, and where that pencil ends right there, that's where it should stop. If it goes any further below it, that's way too long. So I've gone way too long. I'm just going to wipe it off with my finger. And when you're applying it to the front of the brow as well at the beginning, you want to use jagged strokes. You don't want to have anything that's way too solid up here because it looks unnatural. You can also use your finger to kind of get that faded effect, so just kind of wipe away the really thick color. Alright, so the next step now is to use the larger angled brush that I showed you. This right here, and I'm going to put it in my concealer. And I'm going to use this to outline the brow, so I get that really defined look. And this right here is really what puts this technique over the top. There, behind the ear there. Okay. Alright, so now we can wipe off the excess product from this tool. I'm going to go back over the concealer, and you're going to wipe opposite the direction, opposite the brow. So you're going to blend that into your skin, the concealer into your skin. So wiping up and away. And I think a lot of us have shaky hand syndrome, so just what I do is I anchor my pinky against my face so I can steady my hand so I don't get that shaky hand syndrome thing going. And even if you get some of the concealer onto the brow itself, not to worry, because you will be going over your eyebrow one more time with the gel eyeliner to really get that color and get that shape that we're after. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and dip the shorter angle brush into the gel eyeliner. I'm going to go over this one more time. Wow. Every time I do these, I get even more impressed. I can't believe I hadn't been doing this for years, but that's okay. You live and you learn. I'll go over this brow again too, since yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's looking really good, actually. Okay. All right, we are done. The last step is to set your makeup with, I'm using a mineral finishing powder. This is from Mayron. It's called Celebrate Pro Loose Mineral Finishing Powder, and this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to go ahead and dust a little bit over my eyebrows and the surrounding area because I'm really oily, as I mentioned. And we are done. If you want to pick up these products, the MAC product is $16 and the Tarte product is $34. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, you knew it, I did. And for more great information on hair, skincare, and makeup, make sure to check out youknewit.com.